Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour. As always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. By all means, give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Again, we're getting closer and closer by the day to the kickoff for the 2024 college football season. I know we're all excited about that. A lot of excitement, a lot of promise, a lot of hope going into this season for the Auburn Tigers, coming off 3 straight losing seasons, have not won more than 6 games in the last 4 years. Is this year going to be different? We certainly all hope so, and I think there's a lot of reason to feel optimistic that it will be different. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know if you got any of the comments on any of the things that we talk about, or you'd like to bring up a new subject, by all means. Today we'll kind of talk about the headset communication that's new to college football this year. That and the fact that you got iPads or Surfaces or whatever they are on the sideline.
Got both.
That's going to be very interesting. So that's a new technology that college is taking advantage of. Seen it in the NFL for a while now, but should be pretty interesting. We got some kind of the details on that we'll talk about, and we'll take a deep dive into Auburn's schedule. You can really kind of break it down into 3 sections. You got the first section, and that's going to be there's some easy games in there. There's a couple of games that are could be challenges for Auburn. You got the heart of the schedule in the middle. That is really going to tell the tale for this Auburn football team about how good they could actually be, how they do during that middle portion. And in the final stretch, obviously you end with Texas A&M and at Alabama. That's pretty important. How do you finish the season going in? Is it possible that you could be, looking at a college football playoff appearance? Are you looking at what kind of bowl game is Auburn looking at? So we'll take a look at that a little bit more in detail as we move forward in today's show. But, again, love to hear from you. Love to hear what you think. Jim, good to see you today.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
How's everything going?
It's going well. Just can't wait to kick some leather around.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Auburn looking for another scrimmage, I think, this weekend. So that will be interesting to see what comes of that as
Closed.
well, and we'll talk about that.
It's closed to everybody. No media, only staff on the team only.
So we get down to business now.
That's right.
But I would imagine this will be a little bit more of good-on-good type situations in real scrimmage. But we'll open things and talk about this new headset communication. This is something that you've been very interested in.
Yeah.
You've been talking about. What's the first thing that jumps off the page at you?
Well, the first thing is I think that it's really going to add an opportunity to a guy that's a mental, what I just call it, master at calling plays, your Steve Spurriers, your Lane Kiffins, your Sarkisians. It's going to give them a distinct advantage because if, and this was
Freeze in that category?
I believe so. I really do, because the way he's called some games, now not all games, but some games I've seen him call it. If it's all him calling the plays by himself, I think he's in some of that category too. But for a guy that's got a mental mindset of offense to be able to process real-time information and relay it to your quarterback without having him come to the sideline, that's a game changer.
Oh, yeah. That definitely could make things very interesting and maybe give some guys more of an advantage than others. Just some of the technical parts of this. 5 players on each side of the ball 10 total will have a radio in their helmets to hear the coaches.
Yes.
10 players, 5 on each side of the ball. However, only one player can be on the field at a time with the communication system in his helmet. A green sticker on the back of that helmet designates who has the radio, and the back judge is assigned with checking and making sure that no more, that not multiple players are on the field at the same time. I wonder, is this just a situation where the back judge says, no, you can't be out here, or is this going to be a penalty if there are 2 guys out there?
I would say they'd probably have to say some type of maybe a warning to start with, because this is the first year of it. I don't think you'd come off harsh. Maybe the second, if we've warned you one time in the game, you did it again, then probably there'll be some type of penalty on you.
So only one player on the field at a time.
Now you could imagine the logistics nightmare here of, let's just say we're playing defense and, I don't know, Keys has got the helmet on that's got it. He gets an injury and has to come out of the game. Where's the next helmet? Who's it's coming from? Who's wearing it? How many? And it would also, to me, cause an equipment guy nightmares, because you'd have to have multiple backup helmets on the sideline in case one of these comms went down, or a particular player that was wearing one that was a comm, say he was the backup linebacker, and all of a sudden he needs to go in the game, and the starter's in there at the same time. You got a problem.
All that kind of stuff's all that logistical stuff has got to be worked out before the game starts.
Yeah.
That's got to be worked out really today.
Right.
Say, okay, you're the guy on this play that's going to be in there. If you're not in there, who's the backup?
Now,
who's the second guy?
That'd be a question I would propose to you if you were the defensive coordinator. Now, from what I've understood, all the rulings on this thing, all the coaches can talk to the player on the headset. They have a button they can push, and whoever pushes it first can communicate. Say to the linebacker, Durkin can say, hey, I want you to watch for this. Okay. Well, if Charles Kelly wants to put in his 2 cents, he's pushing it, and supposedly there's a tone that goes along in there as well that the other coaches can hear, and they know somebody else is trying to get their 2 cents in. So it doesn't matter. All the defensive coaches can be wired into it, but only one player on the field has got it.
Right.
So if it's you and you've got that option, who's the 5 you sticking it on?
It's good. It's a good question. Who communicates the best?
There you go. I mean, because one, you got to look at it as the realistic of the game is, I'm not going to go stick it on a defensive tackle because he probably doesn't understand all that defense. I'm probably not. I'm probably
going to be your linebacker or your
outside
safety.
linebackers or safeties. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like some of your guys, your Keontae Scotts that's got some experience and know what the heck they're doing. I almost would lean to start with, if I was a coach, but I'm sure they've analyzed a lot of it, is putting it on a guy like a safety, because he's overlooking everything. Right. And he can all of a sudden, he could get him some signals and yell at, hey, Austin, Roger, Wilco, and then he knows, okay, I need to move to the right on this play, or I need to move, I'm not doing something right.
Here's another one. There is no communication back to the sideline or the booth, so only the coaches are talking to the players. The players are not talking to the coaches. This is a one-way communication, just for the record. In most, if not all situations, the quarterback will obviously be the one with the green sticker on the offense. We mentioned that.
Well, see, now
linebackers usually.
This would be another one I would pitch to you on that. I get it if we want to go to Hank Brown as number 2 and he's got a sticker on him. But you don't need, like, would you put all 5 stickers? You would go Holden, Walker White, and then whoever the number 5 is, you're going to put it on a quarterback every time? I get it that that guy needs the help in the phone, but I'm just saying we don't have 5 quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, I mean, the top 3.
Right.
Number 4 on the list would, I don't know. I mean,
where would you go with it?
I put it
receiver?
in the center.
Okay, that's what see. That was my thought process on even on the defense. I said safety. I'm thinking on offense, you put it in the center, because the center can turn around and tell the quarterback, okay, this is what they want.
And he pretty much, knows. The center usually knows pretty much everybody else's job.
That's right. He better know everybody else's job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about that. Multiple coaches can talk on the intercom, but they will receive a waiting tone.
Yep.
If another coach is already using the line. It's like a busy signal. So coaches can talk over the comm system until 15 seconds remain on the play clock.
Now here, this brings up a whole nother twist to me. let's just say we're in up tempo like Gus used to do. What they call it, NASCAR, I think it was. Okay, if we literally go get the ball from
Which it
where
was
it was
never that fast. But go ahead.
Right. If they spot it, let's just say, and put it on the ground at our 40-second clock, if we're just going to be an up tempo and run to the line, if I'm the offensive coordinator like a Kiffin in a hurry up, I can talk to you the whole time you're running the play. It never goes off.
That's true.
So, I mean, I've just called the play for you.
I mean,
that's a twist that is amazing.
Now, that could be a huge advantage to a team that could take advantage of it.
That's correct.
Like you say, you get to the line, and you've got communication up until 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing, I mean, the coach is looking at things. He's got guys in the booth telling him, okay, the defense is lined up right here. The things that he can't see, he relays that. Now, that's a lot of – everybody's got to be on point. Everybody's got to be on the same page. Everybody's got to be really super quick with everything that they're doing, because that 15 seconds comes pretty quick.
Right.
So, but
I
mean,
mean, think about
that could be very interesting.
Like what you've said, if they've trained to do that, and that's what they do. Like Lane Kiffin, I was watching Ole Miss and Texas A&M before I left today. They were replaying it on the SEC Network, and I was watching it. Kiffin scored multiple times in a hurry-up offense. Multiple. People weren't lined up. Judkins would just run through people because Texas A&M was out of space.
I mean, Gus used to always do that. I mean, he would wait until the defense lined up. He would look at it and literally decide whether he wanted to change the play or not. And, you know, being quick, something like this could help him.
Huge
He
advantage.
could definitely do
Huge.
that. Yeah. All right, we got to take our first break, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started on the Thursday edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
The good guys at Alex City Marine are ready for your boating needs all summer. And now you can get up to $4,500 in rebates on our huge selection of new Landau Tri-Tunes and sacrifice pricing on remaining 23 models. Alex City Marine also has a new fleet of rental boats for fabulous days on the water, whether it's service, new pontoon selections, or rental boats. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road in Alexander City or online at alexcitymarine.com.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Central Alabama Community College. Great place to get a great education right here in Central Alabama. 4 locations: Alexander City, Prattville, Talladega, and Childersburg. Russell Do-It Center, they got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. They can beat the big box store. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small, commercial or residential. They are really burning up the highways right now, doing all kind of construction and removing dirt and all different kinds of landscape. But they'll make time for you. 334-531-0199. We're talking about the headset communication, the new deal in college football. Just a few more things about that, the logistics of it. If by chance the communication goes down for one team, obviously the other team must shut off their radios until the problem is fixed. How do you police that?
Right.
I don't know, but are you on your honor for that? Programs are responsible for their own equipment management for road games. So Auburn's not responsible for any of their opponents, and Auburn will be responsible for their own stuff when they go on the road. So,
and always have been with headsets, versus coaches, stuff like that.
Apple sponsors the sideline tablets, so they're all iPads, matte screens. 15 tablets will be distributed, and it's up to the coaches how many will be in the box and how many will be on the field. Coaches will receive tape from 3 different angles, all 22, Skycam, and broadcast. This is modern technology, man. Auburn's equipment team receives plays 2 seconds after they end. And that data can be added to the coaches' tablets almost immediately. So it will only take a few seconds after access to a prior play. It's just,
That's come a long ways, because I literally used to help in the video department years ago when I was going to university, and we would watch. They would put it on a screen in front of you, and we would watch the tape, and you would have to push a button to cut it right here, and you would have to physically watch the rest of the tape and cut it right there, and then group all these plays together and put them on a computer, and then be able to take this disc and walk it up to a coach's office and give it to them and go, hey, here's practice.
All right.
Yeah, now they're doing it in seconds.
Coach from the box will be able to tag plays with specific labels so a coach on the field can quickly identify and show a player. Tablets in the box will remain plugged in and receiving data, transmitting down to the field. Auburn has implemented advanced wireless systems in the stadium to avoid blips. So they've got this down to a science. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you would hope. But I still think it is
everybody's got a plan until you get hit.
What does old Mike Tyson
Technology always sounds good until it don't work.
Until it don't work. The one scenario I brought up to you when we were talking about off the air, until you're down to seconds left in a ball game, and until you're down in that red zone, and it's the difference between beating Alabama in the Iron Bowl, and then all of a sudden somebody, crazed Alabama fan, figures out a way to cut the signal, and when you're over there trying to tell Peyton, hey, you need to run the, and it cuts off. You're like, wait, what? Oh, you got no timeouts.
Yeah.
Ball game over.
That's when do you trust your quarterback?
Well,
that's the other thing too. Do you become reliant on this?
I think some of them will.
After you use it for so long.
Yeah, because here's the thing too. If I've got a veteran, say in Peyton understands the game pretty well and he can play it. If I got a freshman quarterback, I'm relying on that because I need to get in his ear.
I mean, how much time do you, if you've got this direct communication now, how much time do you put in on signals?
All right.
To know what it is, the alternate.
That's the backup plan.
All right, moving on to the Auburn schedule this year. I put these in different, 3 different blocks. So the first 4 games, the next 4 games, the last 4 games. Beginning with Alabama A&M, 6:30 on ESPN Plus to kick off the season. The Bulldogs last year 5-6. Alabama A&M was. Auburn's 2-0 all time. The last game was in 2016. They won 55-0. Actually, just a minor correction. Brett and I were talking about that 2012 Auburn-Alabama Alabama A&M game. I said 55-0. It was actually 51-7.
Oh,
that game. So I made a mistake. But the 16 game was 55-0. That's the last time those two teams played. Auburn should win that game, Jim. Breaking news.
Yes.
Okay.
There shouldn't be the issue should be, and I think you guys have referred to it before, but as a coach, you're just looking for, can we line up right? Can we not get penalties? Can we not be offsides? We need to do the little thing. We're not worried about winning the game. You're going to win the game. But can you do it with a live opponent in front of you?
And let's just impose our will.
Right.
Both sides of the ball.
Right.
And that should happen. Next week, California. Everybody looks at this. I don't know any Auburn fan that doesn't look at that game and say, that's a win.
Right.
We won last year, what did we say? 14-10?
Yeah.
One of the ugliest games we've seen.
Oh, terrible.
In a long, long time. That one at 2:30 on ESPN2. Going to be warm on that day, undoubtedly. Cal Bears last year, 6-7. That was the only matchup Auburn and California have ever had.
Mm-hmm.
California's 17 returning starters. 7 on offense, 9 on defense, and they bring back their punter. So, same team. Now, minus Sam Jackson.
Right.
Who's at Auburn now.
Right.
But a lot of the same, pretty much the same team that Auburn played last year. That's not a given.
I think it is, just for the simple fact it's at home, it's in the heat of the summer in September, and California kids, they don't realize the humidity they're about to walk into.
I think that's a telling game, though, because yes, I expect to win that game, and Auburn should win that game.
Right.
They'll be favored to win that game. But do you go out and slop around and look like you're on the same level as California and win by a field goal? Or do you go out and win convincingly,
right?
Like you're the better team?
Well, if they do what they did to Arkansas last year and really just pound on them, then that's going to show you're setting up for an 8-4, 9-3 season.
Got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dayville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you also by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Tremendous business in 2 locations, Montgomery and on East Glen in Auburn. We always like to remind you about they have daily specials. If you're looking for somewhere tremendous to go out and get a bite to eat, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. If you're looking for a bottle of wine, if you're looking for a couple of steaks to grill this weekend, they have got a incredible selection. The food is absolutely terrific. Ribs, steaks, Conecuh burgers. Conecuh burgers.
Tiger
Tails, as Jim, his favorite. But go into the food is exquisite. The service is great.
You say my favorite. It's hard to beat them ribs that I got from there, too. My
This is true. This is true. But daily specials, go and check them out. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. All right, Jim, we're looking at the schedule. One comment from Steve. California was an ugly game. That is an understatement. And we should have lost. I agree. He does like the wireless headsets on the players. Wonder if the SEC will implement other technology, such as replacing chain gang with laser measuring equipment. I think that's eventually coming. I don't know if it'll happen next year, the year after that, but it's going to come at some point.
I would think now that's going to take a little work to get that ironed out exactly how that would work.
I do. You know, the tennis uses what do they? I think they call it. Is it Quest Tech or something like that? The lines.
You could
see the computer.
Basically set something on the ground and shoot a line across where the mark is.
And I want to say the NFL was going to experiment with that in preseason.
Now the problem, and this is just a thinking outside the box kind of situation, is for a player. I still need some kind of notification to show me where the line is. You know, if I'm running for the 10-yard line and I don't know where that's at,
yeah.
I mean, what do I do?
Well, how long will it be before, you can actually have the line like you see on TV literally on the field?
Well, no,
and
that's what I'm getting at. If you shoot that laser across the field and there's a yellow line showing where the 10 yards is I need to go to, if I'm a player and all these people are standing in the way, I might not be able to see that line.
Yeah.
True. I love it on TV. It shows me where you got to go to, but on the field, that's a different thing.
Yeah. That's interesting. Obviously, technology will figure out a way.
Absolutely.
No question. All right, back to the schedule. After California, you got New Mexico. New Mexico was 4-8 last year. They do have a new coach, Bronco Mendenhall, who was he was a really good coach at BYU. He was a pretty good coach at Virginia, and then just up and kind of retired. And well, he's back, and he has taken over this New Mexico program, which has kind of been floundering. Auburn never played New Mexico before, as far as I can tell. And then that should be a win again.
Sure.
So if Auburn started, we're 3-0, you would think. Arkansas, week 4, rounding out the first section of the schedule here. That one, don't know quite what time it's going to be, but of course the Razorbacks last year 4-8. Auburn beat them in Arkansas 48-10 last year. Arkansas returns 12 starters, 4 on offense, 7 on defense, and they bring back the punter. KJ Jefferson is gone. He is now he's now with Gus Malzahn at Central Florida. And our old pal Bobby Petrino, back the offensive coordinator at Arkansas. So section number 1, look, there are, I think, some challenging games. I think California will be challenging. I certainly, Arkansas should be taken very seriously as an SEC team coming in there. But you look at that opening block, you say, okay, 4-0. That Auburn should absolutely win every one of those games. They should win all those games convincingly, by the way. But
yeah,
whether they will or not, I don't know.
No, I think you're on the right track there. I think the Arkansas, obviously, because it's an SEC game, you're always going to have a tough opponent in that as far as the conference goes. But now they've been on such that downslide last year, and you're returning players that didn't play that well last year. So depending on how their season starts off, their morale could be pretty low before they ever get to us.
And Auburn has just dominated the Auburn-Arkansas for the last really 10 or 12 years. It's been pretty one-sided. All right, you got the opening section. Now the middle section. To me, this is clearly the biggest test for Auburn. Oklahoma, at Georgia, at Missouri, at Kentucky. That is a gauntlet. Oklahoma comes to Auburn. The Sooners return 13 starters, 4 on offense, 7 on defense, the kicker and the punter. 10-3 last year, and the only previous meeting between Auburn and Oklahoma was the bowl game, the Sugar Bowl, when Auburn lost 35-19. Not a lot known about the Oklahoma Sooners. new quarterback, Jackson Arnold, replaced the entire offensive line. Like I said, they only bring back 13 starters. So a lot of unknowns there about this team. This will be their first trip to on the road in the SEC. But, boy, that's going to be a big game. That may be the biggest game of the year for Auburn.
I don't know if it's the biggest, but I think it's definitely a trendsetter as to a lot of people's goals of, I think the national media is giving you a 7-5 on Auburn's record. If they're going to get above that, they've got to win the Oklahoma game to get them in that, have a chance at that 8-4 to 9-3 area, which I think they will get.
That will be an afternoon game. Don't know specifically what time yet. At Georgia the next week. Last year, Bulldogs 13-1, but a 27-20 loss in Jordan-Hare Stadium. That game was back and forth. Auburn was in great shape. Bulldogs returned 16 starters, 8 on offense, 6 on defense, the punter and the kicker. But Georgia will be who they're going to be. They're going to be they're the number 1 team in the country in the preseason.
Yes.
So Oklahoma at Georgia, and then Auburn gets a bye. And we'll come back and look at the rest of the middle section here of the Auburn schedule right after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Daytonville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are looking a little bit more in depth at Auburn's upcoming schedule in 2024. As I mentioned, this middle part of it, man, this is when you look at it and you're realistic and you say, okay, Oklahoma at home, at Georgia, at Missouri, at Kentucky. If you say Auburn goes 2-2 in that, do you think, man, that's probably good? Certainly I would think it's acceptable, but would you be fortunate to go 2-2 during that stretch? If you're realistic.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If you're realistically looking at the caliber of kids you got right now, the depth of those kids and the age of those kids, that's what I think that a coaching staff might be looking at is a 2-2 in that stretch would be pretty good accomplishment.
All right.
If you got 3 of the 4, you would be on your way to 9-3.
Just one correction. Bubba reminds me, I misspoke. Auburn did play Oklahoma in the Gator Bowl. The Sugar Bowl in 1972 after the 71 season. Didn't go well for Auburn that time either. So, but the last time Auburn played Oklahoma in 2017 in the Sugar Bowl, and again lost 35-19. Okay, so Missouri brings back 14 starters, 9 on offense, 5 on defense. They went 11-2 last year, and the last time they played was 2022. Most of you remember that game. Auburn won 17-14. Somehow, some way, Missouri found a way to lose the game in overtime as Auburn won.
Was he called the big kicker?
Thicker kicker.
Thicker kicker, that's what it was.
He missed a chip shot. One of the better kickers in the country missed a chip shot. And then, for whatever reason, the Missouri running back just dropped the ball going into the end zone.
That could be
untouched, basically. So.
That could be back to what all these coaches say about playing in Jordan-Hare. They said there's some crazy things happen in that stadium.
I would agree. Finally, at Kentucky, that's going to be a night game. The Wildcats bring back 17 starters, 6 on offense, 9 on defense, the kicker and the punter as well. They went 7-6 last year. Last time Auburn played Kentucky, 2020. Auburn won that one 29-13. So, on the road at Kentucky, Kentucky's not as easy, certainly, as it used to be. However, I think Auburn's won 18 of the last 19 against Kentucky, something like that. It's Auburn has dominated that series.
Yeah, Kentucky's pretty well on that level of us in Arkansas, to where we pretty well dominate the middle, what I call the middle tier of the SEC when it used to be the East and the West. Everybody from the middle down, Auburn's handled themselves.
Right. And then you have the final stretch. The last 4 games of the Auburn schedule, Vanderbilt, take a bye. Louisiana Monroe, odd kind of place for a bye between those 2 games, but nonetheless. Texas A&M, and then at Alabama. So 3 home games, only 1 road game, the opposite of that middle section. Vanderbilt, obviously 2-10 last year. They only bring back 10 starters. For Vanderbilt, that may be a good thing. Auburn won that game 31-15 last year in Nashville. Obviously, that's a win. If it's not, we got a whole different kind of conversation.
Now are they, supposedly starting the quarterback that beat us last year in Jordan Hare in Mexico State? So.
Diego Pavia.
Yes. He's a pot of mess.
Yeah. Louisiana Monroe, they were 2-10 last year. Auburn's never lost to them. Played them 11 times. The last time we played was 2017. Auburn won 42-14. Texas A&M, and in Jordan Hare Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
The Aggies bring back 12 starters, 7 on offense, only 4 on defense, and the kicker. They were 7-6 last year. Obviously fired Jimbo Fisher, hired Mike Elko.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn went to College Station last year and lost 27-10. Although that game was pretty close. I think it got away from Auburn toward the maybe fourth quarter, second half of the third, maybe fourth quarter. But I don't know quite what to expect from Texas A&M. But A&M and Alabama back to back. That is, you don't want to lose. You don't want to end your season on 2-game losing streak.
If we've pulled it together that we're going to say that front section that we're going to be 4-0. The middle section, we're calling it for everybody out there. If we're let's give them 2-2. That's 6-2 coming out of the middle.
All right.
Then you got your last 4 stretch you just talked about. You very well should pick up Vanderbilt and ULM. So that's 8-2.
Yep.
Now, do you, like you said, do you lose a 2-game stretch, or do you pick up one of those 2 and you're 9-3? Can you see a 9-3?
Yes,
I can too. I don't know.
I mean, if we come down to that,
right,
and it's A&M and Alabama,
right,
I'm expecting to beat A&M,
right,
and you take your chances on the road in the Iron Bowl,
right. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I'm maybe just looking through orange and blue glasses, but I swear I keep seeing 9-3. I don't know why.
I definitely think it's possible if we can just get through that middle section, with at least 2-2.
Yeah.
At worst, 2-2.
I can't see. I mean, the 4 that we're talking about of Oklahoma, Georgia, Missouri, and Kentucky. We both feel very good about Kentucky. I mean, they're returning not a lot of starters. Are returning starters, but they had an average season. The Missouri game, we've always played them well. We've got a chance to win that. Oklahoma, they're predicting them to be 7-5 this year on their record.
Yeah.
So there's 3 of those 4 teams in there. You feel like you got a pretty good shot.
I would think.
Yeah.
Steve says the gap between Georgia and Auburn is currently the widest in rivalry history. We have not won in Athens since 2005. Don't see any hope in changing this anytime soon. Last year didn't give you any hope?
Oh, he better have some hope.
I would say 2 years ago, the gap was wider than it is today. Because, I think we've gotten better. I don't know how much better Georgia could get.
Well, Kirby had a press conference yesterday saying that his depth is as lowest as it's been since he's been there.
Got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Senza Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Announcing Camping World's Inflation Buster camping program. You can now get into a new RV starting at just $98 a month. We won't let the economy steal your camping season. Take advantage of this very limited time offer and lock in your low monthly payment today.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, the final segment on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Andy and Jim taking you up to 1 o'clock. We did have a phone call in the break. Somebody was wondering about Alabama. She said, is it true that they have the 6th most difficult schedule in the country?
No.
Not according to most experts.
No.
Their schedule falls. Now, it's all subjective right now. You go through the schedule, you could honestly look back and say, okay, well, their opponents had this combined record, and you get a better understanding of how difficult the schedule actually was, because it's all obviously based on potential or, projection at this point. But going into the season, across the board, and we looked at 4 different sites, and Alabama's schedule in 2024 ranked somewhere between 10 and 15 in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I mean, at the low end, I think it was 24/7. Had him at like 15th, most difficult. And maybe Phil Steele had him at 10.
10, that's right.
Okay, so Florida Gators, pretty much everybody has them at number 1, most difficult. Arkansas is in that top 5 for most everybody. It's so sad. Vanderbilt is in the top, like the 5 to 6 range.
Well, I think you answered that big one is to look at the conference they play in.
Yeah.
And what you've also alluded to that's going to happen is like teams like Auburn that are on that schedule are not in the top 25 right now, and they're going to be by the end of the year.
And Auburn's schedule, not easy.
No.
You're never going to have an easy SEC schedule. But not in the 25 most difficult schedules of pretty much anybody
and it just,
in the country.
I don't think you can put us in that schedule or in a strength of schedule like that when we got so many home games.
If you've got Vanderbilt, with all due respect to these teams, when you've got Vanderbilt, Missouri, and Kentucky on your schedule in the SEC, you don't complain.
No.
So you got no LSU this year.
Nope.
You got no Ole Miss this year. California is your big out-of-conference game. That's a game you should win. So, if Auburn's ever going to take advantage of a schedule, this year, next year is the time to do it.
Because when it flips, it's going to get interesting.
When the things start changing up, we'll see what happens. But should be interesting. It will be here before we know it, Jim. It's quickly
31st.
approaching. 31st. All right, it is August the 15th. On this day, 1993, Nolan Ryan, the great Nolan Ryan, won his 324th and final career game. Nolan Ryan in the Hall of Fame, obviously. All-time leading strikeout winner, 324 wins. Got his last one on this day, 1993. Happy birthday today, Tom Kelly, longtime manager of the Twins.
I thought that name looked familiar. Little short, stubby guy.
Glasses, yeah. He was the manager of the Minnesota Twins when they won the World Series in 1987 and also in 1991. One I'm still bitter about as they beat the Braves, but in 7 games. Happy birthday today, Gary Kubiak. Longtime backup quarterback to John Elway.
Okay.
And Denver. And then, I have an eyelash. And then became the head coach of the Texans.
Speaking of Denver, the former Auburn quarterback is projected to be their starter.
How about that?
Wow.
I mean, who would have thought Bo Nix could play football?
When you put him in people actually block for him.
It's funny how that happens. Think about this. Just, again, for all the people that throw Peyton Thorne under the bus, and they say, well, I mean, last year he was, his numbers didn't look good. Just think about this. Bo Nix in 2 years at Auburn, he was there for 3, but his last 2 years at Auburn, passing efficiency, or quarterback passing efficiency, Bo Nix was 82nd in 2000. He was 86th in the country in 2021. When he went to Oregon in 2022, he was 9th. And then in 2023, he was 2nd.
I believe he was 1/2 away from winning a Heisman.
So it's amazing how much difference a better cast and a better situation can be.
Absolutely.
Is Peyton Thorne in a better situation now? I believe so. Does he have a better cast? I believe so. Will it translate on the field? I'm waiting with bated breath to find out. Happy birthday today, Bubby Brister. The only man I've ever known named Bubby. B-U-B-B-Y, Bubby Brister. Backup quarterback for the Steelers. Deborah Messing. She was on that Will and Grace show. Okay. Redhead, good looking.
Yeah.
I like to think of her as the wildly racist girlfriend of Jerry Seinfeld on an episode of Seinfeld. Eric Bieniemy. I remember him as a Colorado running back.
Oh, yeah.
Now a coach in the NFL. Really good one. Yancey Thigpen. Just a great name. for a wide receiver. Yancey Thigpen. Ben Affleck used to be Mr. J-Lo, but
yeah.
I don't
Not
think
no more.
those
He's
two
going back
crazy
to
kids are
he's
not
going
going
back
to
to
make
the
it
old
on
woman
that.
now.
Natasha Henstridge, a fantastically beautiful woman. Carrie Walsh, great beach volleyball player. And Jennifer Lawrence from the Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. He is Jim. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.